Jarrett, can you take us through the rushing touchdown there? Do you feel a little bit like Javonte as you lowered your shoulder?
Yeah, everybody kept calling me Lamar Jackson on the sideline. I got a long way to go for that. But, yeah, I just saw an open lane and just decided to take it and try and get in the end zone. It worked out, so.
Yeah, Jarrett, you've been leading this quarterback competition most of the offseason, early part of training camp. I mean, how do you feel it's going now? A lot of people think that, Bo might be the guy right now.
Yeah, look, I can control what I can control, and that's how well prepared I am every day. My effort and attitude every day, and going out there and executing. I mean, that's all I can do. And yeah, I mean, I've always said, competition's super healthy. I think it's really good. I'm not going to get caught up in what's what or what it is or what it isn't. I'm focusing on every single day what I can do to be the guy, and that sort of thing. So,
Jarrett, moving away from the QB competition specifically, what can you sense differently this year than last year about this team and the atmosphere and everything else, the environment around?
Yeah, for sure. I think the main thing, Sean is obviously, he came here last year and he's trying to pour the foundation. I think that was a big part of last year, and I think finally you have a lot of guys buying into what he's teaching, what he's trying to do on a daily basis, and definitely feels so much different about this team, at this point. And like I've said multiple times, I mean, we're really, really close, and this is a really close team. And I was talking to Dave Logan on the radio, and people don't see it, but we just went crazy for Tim Patrick in the locker room after the game, because he finally, he scored his first touchdown, back from the injuries and stuff over the last 2 years, and that doesn't happen everywhere. So, yeah, it's a special group of guys for sure.
Jarrett, can you take us through the interception? Were you hit on that? Then did the ball hit off the helmet? It seemed like a weird play.
No, it just got tipped up in the air. Just unfortunate. So.
You just mentioned the celebration for Tim in the locker room. As one of the guys who was around last year when he wasn't, what has it been like to watch him be a full participant in training camp and now get to kind of have a game like this?
Yeah, it's been great. I can't speak highly enough about Tim as a person, and as a player. I mean, he's a veteran. He works his tail off. The last 2 years obviously have been tough for him, but to see him come back and be able to do the things he's done, and he had a great game tonight. Was open pretty much the entire time he was out there, and yeah, just couldn't be more excited for him for sure.
Jarrett, going back to why you guys are so close, do you have any specific examples of why you think you're closer perhaps this year at this time than last year?
I mean, I think it's unique, at least from my perspective. I feel like it hasn't been like this everywhere I've been, but, one thing I always talk about is, I feel like on teams I've been on, it's, you kind of hang out with the offensive guys, or, the defense guys kind of hang out with the defensive guys, but, I mean, you'll see, I hang out with offensive guys, defensive guys, specialists, everybody, and it just doesn't really happen a lot. If you go in our cafeteria at the facility, I mean, you see guys, sitting with other guys. It's a cool, community that Sean's really built. And
that wasn't happening last year, or not the same.
No, I mean, I think it was definitely part of it. And again, with a lot of guys coming back this year, you just naturally get closer. And yeah, I mean, one thing we did last year, right after the season was over, the next weekend, there was, I don't know, probably 16 or 17 of us that took a trip to Aspen for a long weekend, just hanging out, dinners, just being guys, hanging out. And, again, that doesn't happen everywhere.
Jarrett, Sean mentioned multiple times the penalties and that has to get cleaned up. When you look at it, kind of what do you see out there that needs to be fixed? How do you get that kind of fixed for next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to take a look at the film and see exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean, the penalties are tough because whenever you're moving the ball, moving it well, and then you have a penalty that brings you back, it's hard to overcome that. I mean, this league's too good. The players on the opposite sideline are too good. The coaches are too good. So, whenever it's second and 15 or first and 20, it's always hard to bounce back from that. So yeah, we'll definitely look at it and see what we can do to get better.